Hey everybody. Get things working. See YouTube chat. Happy New Year, everybody. Yay, thanks to Karen Chess for subscribing at tier 3. 82-month streak. I guess I've been streaming for 82 months. It's about 7 years. The tensor extension. Oh, the categories poker. Okay, I changed it. Yay, I won.
Good job building a lead and not letting up.
I played 88.5 and he played 79.2. It says I played 2,900 and he played 2,550. I don't know which drama I'm supposed to have a take on. There's a lot of drama. Yeah, Happy New Year to all the people on YouTube and to most of the people on Twitch. I haven't really talked about anything. I'm just playing chess. I'm playing in a tournament in 2 weeks in Charlotte, so I gotta play some good players. Yeah, I won again. I like winning. I don't really like winning.
Well done pouncing on that free piece.
I feel embarrassed when I lose. So at least I'm not embarrassed. Sometimes when I win, I'm embarrassed. I played 84.5 and he played 72.7. He played 2400 and I played 2750. I joined Planet Fitness yesterday because they're cheap. It's like $220 a year if you take all their fees and everything. Spend $220 on nothing in a year, so it seemed like it's basically free. $15 a month. I went there and tried some of their machines. I had to put them all on the lowest weight. And even one of them was really difficult for me on the lowest weight. They're all like in the middle somewhere of the weights, and I like put it on the top one. But even getting it in that hole is hard. So even like starting to work out before I work out is hard for me. Yeah, it's a pretty big place. Yeah, I did some preparation yesterday for the tournament. I do practice my facial expressions in the mirror. That's true. Yeah, you misspelled my name on YouTube. Do you get a trainer with your membership? No, I'm not a big fan of trainers. But more importantly, I have whatever the cheapest membership is, so you're barely allowed to go. Well, I only went there today. We have a treadmill right over there. So if I want to do cardio, I can walk outside or I can go to the treadmill. Karen does the treadmill about 5 days a week. She goes to the gym maybe twice a week. I used to use the treadmill a lot, but I haven't used it in about a year. Can you talk about the beef with USCF? What? I can't talk about stuff I don't know about. You ever hear from Ken West these days? I do not. Don't forget to give subs. It's your New Year's resolution. Didn't you have a beef with USCF president? Or did I misunderstand? I mean, no. But it was years ago. So I don't know. There's a lot of chess drama to talk about stuff that happened years ago. You okay, Ben? No. What is the best way to play Blitz with a Grandmaster? Well, don't play too well, because, like, if you did, then, like, Kramnik might think you're cheating if a non-Grandmaster beats a Grandmaster. Hi, Ben. Can I play against you? No. I'm not playing viewers today, unless I play them later. And you're not subs. You should subscribe to the channel and donate and give subs if you're going to ask a lot of questions. You have to support the streams, otherwise the streams don't exist. That's right. Make a lot of blunders when you play Blitz, then Kramnik will give you the thumbs up. It's an illusion. I don't look fit at all. You watch ads. How do you watch ads moves if you're a sub? When I get sparkling water or club soda in a restaurant, I prefer if there's a lime. Not a big deal. Who's my favorite Spice Girl? I don't know, Scary Spice, I guess. I like alliteration. Okay. Let's see. Also, I'm able to name her. Yay, I won or aborted. Darn. Do you play the Italian? I do not. Hi, Indonesia. Oh, I didn't play well that game. Oh, I misplayed the
Some
opening.
positional missteps let your opponent seize the advantage in the middle game.
It says he played 3,000 and I played 2,750. He played 92.8 and I played 84.6.
You saw your chance for the win with a nice tactic and you took it.
I played 92 and he played 72.6. I played 3,000 and he played 2,350.
Opening with the queen's pawn controls the center and usually leads to a more positional development of the pieces. Very precise. Ouch, you left your pawn hanging. This threatens to eventually win a pawn. This prepares your bishop for development. Very precise. That was a critical position with only one good move, but you moved quickly and missed it. This permits the opponent to eventually win a pawn. This misses an opportunity to win material through a tactic. You trade off equal material. This blocks the attack on a pawn that could have been captured. You can follow this up with a material-winning pin. You are threatening to play checkmate. That pin will win material. This allows the opponent to play checkmate. Always feels nice to win.
Yeah. Should Manchester United coach admit that his players can adopt the system, or should he find players that can? My take on sports is the coach has to adapt to the players that they have. Where can you get lessons in Atlanta? Hi, Ben. Tell us your thoughts about Nepo Magnus split the title controversy. Well, it makes more sense if they're not going to keep playing to just play an Armageddon game rather than share the title. At least then you played for it. Armageddon game's not too egregious. Doesn't seem like... Yeah, let me make a marker. So, obviously, I don't think it's a good idea. Knockout tournament that has a Swiss and then 8 players, then 4 players, and then 2 players. Doesn't get to 1 player. So, it seems like the rules that are set up before the tournament are 99% ignored by the players when they enter the tournament. They just want to play in the tournament. They're not looking at the rules and questioning them. That seems like it wouldn't matter. Like if I played in the World Blitz and I read the rules, which I wouldn't do, and then I said, hey, I don't like that rule. Like, they're going to be like, so what? So don't play. So the rules they have before the tournament set up by FIDE, those should be the rules, but it seems like FIDE is relatively flexible in changing them if the right person complains during the tournament. Seems like that's the wrong time to complain about the fact that you just keep playing until somebody wins. So I think they should have either kept playing until somebody wins. That would have been best. Or they should have an Armageddon game if the players think it's egregious to play another 20 games. But yeah, I think that's the worst thing they could do is split the title. That's not what competition is, especially in a knockout tournament when people are getting knocked out. So basically, I don't care very much. It's got nothing to do with me. It's, you know, players are playing and they want to split the title. All right. But it's unfortunate for the sponsors and the spectators that there's no winner. No, also, people forget that Magnus was up 2-0, and at that point, he had won 7 games in a row. He beat Hans the last 2 games, then he beat Benjamin Bach 3-0. Or not Benjamin Bach, he beat Jan Krzysztof Duda. I confuse them for some reason. They're both tall, I guess. I don't know. And then he beat Nepo 2 games in a row. He's up 2-0. So the way the match went wasn't talked about much because they talked about the way they agreed to tie the match because that seemed more interesting. But it's amazing that Magnus can be up 2-0 and then Nepo ties it up. That seemed very unlikely. So it was a strange tournament with the pants and the fact that he was forfeited and he withdrew. And then when they played in the Blitz, everybody was allowed to wear jeans. So a very strange tournament where someone gets forfeited for wearing jeans. Then the next tournament, everybody can wear jeans. So, no, they don't seem very consistent with their rules. typically in these tournaments where there's weird formats, weird tiebreak rules, and weird dress codes, the players who are playing in the tournament don't go over those rules with a fine-tooth comb. They just come there to play chess. And 99% of the players correctly realize if they don't like the rules, they're not going to affect a change because they're nobody. So if they're like, hey, I don't like the tiebreak rules, FIDE is going to be like, we spent a month making up these tiebreak rules and you don't like it? Ooh. So what FIDE does and other tournament organizers in similar situations is nothing happens until it actually comes up. And then people are like, man, these tiebreak rules are stupid. And then they're like, let's change them, even though the tournament's almost over. So it's very unprofessionally run. And players don't seem to care what the rules are. They just like what's normal. Like wearing pants is normal. So they don't look through the rules and see what the dress code is because nobody cares. And some people violate the dress code and some people don't. And sort of selectively enforced. So it's basically just unprofessional all the way around. Complaining about the rules when the tournament's over and then changing them at the very end. I've seen it before, the Sinkfield Cup. Although I'm not sure it was the Sinkfield Cup, but I think it was. It was in St. Louis. There was a big tie for first, and they had some rule that if they had more than two players tie, only the top two on tie breaks or the top three would go into the playoffs and everybody else is thrown out. And then that happened. And then Magnus said, no, we're not doing that. Everybody ties for first or everybody goes into the playoff. And St. Louis is like, those aren't the rules. And Magnus said that's what's going to be done now. Nobody's going to be sitting out. Because Magnus was one of the guys who was not sitting out. He was first on tie breaks. And he said, I'm not playing in the playoffs if you're going to make somebody not play because their tie breaks weren't good. So you can declare us all winners, or you can change the tiebreak format where we all play. And they just declared them all winners. Instead of saying, these are the rules, and you agreed to them, and if you don't like it, then just don't play, and you're out. Which seems like a normal thing to do, but with Magnus, you just don't do those things. That's why it was strange that they forfeited him a game. But actually, there's a difference between FIDE and the arbiters. And they're supposed to be. The organizers and the arbiters aren't supposed to be discussing what the rules are and how they're enforced. The organizer makes the rules. The arbiter enforces them. So FIDE technically had nothing to do with Magnus getting forfeited for wearing jeans. That was the chief arbiter's decision. It wasn't Emil's decision or Dvorkovich or anybody like that. But then the rule change for the next tournament, that's all FIDE. They decide what the rules are, and then the arbiters enforce them. So the arbiters are put in a tough spot when the rules are stupid. They have to enforce those stupid rules. They got hired to enforce the rules. Anyway, it was a very strange tournament, and it takes away from the fact that Merzen, virtually unknown outside the junior chess world, is the world rapid champion. Pretty impressive. 18 years old. Anyway, that's my take. It's all sort of silly, but, it just keeps things tided over until the next controversy. Kramnik keeps posting, these players are good in chess, these players are good in Title Tuesday, and let's compare their whole lives. Like, where was this guy born, and what move did he play on move 3, and how much time did he use, and why is my clock always running when it's not my move? So Kramnik is still complaining at the 2024 rate. 2025 just started, but he has a lot of posts about how everything is ridiculous. Well, as was pointed out by somebody I know, it seems clear that Ivanchuk is on the spectrum just based on his whole life. Ivanchuk does weird things sometimes. So I think he was crying not because he lost, but because he lost on time. It seemed like he lost his last 3 rounds on time. I have a lot of funny Ivanchuk stories for behavior that's weird. It's just not him crying. It's just like weird behavior. He was playing in a tournament. I think it was the World Junior that he won. And he sacrificed a rook, like rook takes f7, like brilliant. He played the move, and then he stood up and screamed. And then he sat back down and continued the game. And won. But people told me like he made the move and went, ah! And stood up. And then he sat back down and just continued. So, well, this was a long time ago. This is 35 years ago. But there's a story every year or two about Ivanchuk doing something strange. Well, there's a video of him when he's trying to get between the stanchions of the where people play and where the spectators are. And the spectators can't get in there because they're blocked off. There's a video of Ivanchuk being in one area and trying to go into the other, and he trips over the stanchions and knocks them all over and falls down. And the truth hurts. No, it's not money. He doesn't expect to win prize money in these tournaments. Kramnik understands some things at like a 5-year-old level and posts about it and states things as fact. And if you're a poker player or you follow poker, this is very similar to Daniel Negreanu, but Negreanu doesn't post that everybody's cheating at poker like Kramnik would. He posts about other stuff. And he likes to repost stuff, this is Negreanu, that is just fake. And then he says, this is a travesty, and it's just made up. So, not a travesty because it's not true. And Negreanu does that a lot. So he acts like a small child a lot. I think in the brains department, he wasn't gifted as a child, I guess. But this is common. A lot of people will post stuff on the internet based on other posts on the internet, which are nonsense, and then stated as fact. And like 99% of what Kramnik posts is nonsense. He doesn't understand math at all. It's like a small child. And he doesn't understand something very basic about chess that everybody understands. And he's the only one who doesn't understand it. And that is online chess and over-the-board chess are different. And the skills needed to play well at Blitz chess, over the board and online are different. And you would expect the best players in the world at each format would be slightly different. And that there would be people who are much better online than they are over the board. And there would be people who are much better over the board than they are online. There's people like that. You could be one of those people. There's a lot of people watching this stream. You could be somebody who's like, man, I'm 2,000 when I play US chess slow chess, and I'm 1,200 on chess.com. Or vice versa. Could be your 1,200 at US chess, and you're 2,000 at Blitz on chess.com, You're not cheating. You're just good at online blitz chess. There's no illegal moves online. There's mouse skills. There's pre-moving. There's being used to a 2D board instead of a 3D board. Some people grew up on a 2D board, and they don't play over the board chess very often. And also, there's a psychological factor. When you're playing Magnus on the computer, you might not even know it. You're just like playing and there's a board in front of you. When you play Magnus in real life, god damn, that's scary as hell. And you can't really understand the psychological ramifications of playing a top 10 player in the world unless you've done it. It's psychologically more difficult to play over the board. Of course, best players in the world over the board have played each other over the board a million times. But, you know, somebody like Benjamin Bach or Lazovic, people who are good online but not as good over the board, they don't go over the board and play Magnus and Nepo and Mamajarov and Caruana. They play them in blitz chess online. And some people just aren't as good online as they are. And there's exceptions, like it used to be Nakamura was good at both, but Nakamura like disappeared in the Rapid and Blitz, which I haven't seen before. He wasn't on the top 10 boards ever. He was just languishing in the middle boards, which is weird. Because you expect when Hikaru's playing in Title Tuesday, he's going to win. And I expect when Hikaru's playing in the World Blitz and the World Rapid, he's going to fight for first. And he just disappeared. So it's hard to say what's happening in chess because sometimes you have good tournaments, sometimes you have bad tournaments. And Kramnik's biggest crime, other than him being insane, is he cherry picks his data. Kramnik seems to only be crazy about online cheating in chess and people performing well or badly. Fischer was crazy for a lot of reasons. So Fischer's crazier. He tried harder. Kramnik has time to get there. Yeah. My friend Wes told me one of the reasons Fischer was good, because he was around Fischer's time. Wes is 83. Now. So he was playing chess when Fischer was. He said Fischer played for a win with white and black. He always played for a win. And a lot of strong grandmasters would have some quick draws, or if they drew with black, they would be happy. Even if they were slightly better, they're like, oh, easy draw with black. And so when you sat down to play Fischer, you knew he was playing for a win with white or black, and you were going to have to play all the way to the end. It's psychologically difficult. Yeah, you definitely missed it. Everybody who watches my stream, whether it's on Twitch or YouTube, you really should show up at the beginning. if you show up an hour into it and you start asking questions about the latest chess drama, we've already discussed it for 45 minutes. So make sure you show up on time for the streams so you can get all the juicy gossip. That was a fun game because I mated him. That's a cool handle. Sinister Snake. Yeah, but he has a cool handle. Yeah, but if the game's aborted, I don't lose. So that's good. No, now I might lose. Yay, I won.
You had a nice tactical find in this game. Let's review.
I played 91.1 and he played 86.2. I played 29.50. He played 27.50. Yay, 27.40. Getting back to a normal rating. Probably going to end the stream early so I can make 5 minutes with Ben. Hopefully, I'll see some of you guys in Charlotte at the Charlotte Open, January 18th to 20th. Go Charlotte. Hey, Sasun. Is there going to be Twitch coverage of that fine event? Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to do anything there. It depends how good the hotel internet is. But the stream still won't be high quality like this because I'll be in the hotel. But I'll do a stream when I get home of my games and analyze them and stuff. And you should be able to follow the games live on chess.com. There's supposed to be about 400 players to show up. And I think they have 4 sections. So open section will probably get 100 players. And probably about 10 grandmasters. Well, Dina's playing in the tournament. Is it slow chess? Obviously. Yay, $5. Ben Feingold never did no drugs, or did he? I take more medications than anyone. Thanks, Brian. Yay, that's our only donation of the stream from YouTube. Who would have thunk it? Go poker. Okay, I'll be streaming tomorrow, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, sub Saturday, where I play subs. So if you want to play me tomorrow, then sub to the channel, then you can play me. Okay, see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching.